The following is a singles match set for one fall. Introducing first, from Liverpool, is Liverpool's #1. This is Zack Gibson.
Turn that generic crap off right now. I am Liverpool's #1, Zack Gibson, soon to be recognised as 5-Star Wrestling's #1, soon to be recognised as the UK's #1, and soon to be recognised as the world's #1. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but every single Yank that has walked to this ring today has came out to their own original, unique music. And once again, the Brits are an afterthought, walking out to generic video game tracks. The reason why we are continuously, repeatedly overlooked and underappreciated is because so-called big companies such as this are ran by punters, by marks, by an office of dweebs. They booked this entire show in their bedroom, playing with their Rob Van Dam figure, playing with their John Morrison figure, and out the corner of their eye, they saw the limited edition Rey Mysterio, one of a kind, that their ma bought them for Christmas. So they got him on the phone and they threw 20 grand at him to get him to fly to Liverpool. I'm here every week. I'm here every month. I'm here every night, breaking my back for crowds up and down, and I get absolutely no applause, absolutely no thanks, because once again, the Yanks take all of the plaudits. Five-Star Wrestling, you can book this show with all of your favourite American wrestlers. You can film it on the promoter's calculator, and you can try and put it out there for the world to see. But the fact remains the same. I am Liverpool's #1, soon to be recognised as the world's #1. And that starts right here, right now, with Rey Mysterio.
I don't think there's very much I can add to that.
He called everyone dweebs. Hey, I got a joke for you. When is Zack Gibson going to be #1? Soon!
And his opponent!
Oh, wait a second, look at this. Well, Rey Mysterio was on fire at the weekend. And the temperature's definitely rising right now.
Making his way to the ring.
And here comes the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio.
This is Rey.
This show is literally on fire right now, Greg. Literally. Not even just figuratively or metaphorically. Literally.
The fastest man you'll see in a mask since Spider-Man chased the Green Goblin up the side of a building. It's the greatest luchador, the all-time greatest high-flying wrestler this world has ever seen. The children's favourite, and a man who I believe, okay, elements perhaps of truth in some of the things that Zack Gibson said, but a lot of that was really not fair. A lot of that was not true.
He said the D word. He called us dweebs.
The disrespect, I apologise, shown to a legend, a future Hall of Famer like Rey Mysterio. And Gibson is making this. We've talked about it all night. He sees himself as some kind of self-styled ambassador for British wrestling, but I'm not entirely sure that he is the greatest role model for our cause all the time. That's all I'll say.
Well, it invokes two reactions from me. You know, on one hand, I'm upset that he called everyone dweebs, but on the other hand,
He was calling you a dweeb, was he?
Well, I don't know if we're included in that. We're the commentators. I don't know if if the dweeb insults came our way. I don't know, Greg. I'm not a doctor. But as I was saying again, before you keep interrupting me, Gregory.
Don't call me Gregory.
Or what? What are you going to do? I'll slap you a boot. Anyway, you're making me go back to talking in a Scottish way here. I'm a professional here. Let me just clear up that, get rid of that accent again. I'm going to be more neutral, because right now, this is an unbelievable match. Behind what Zack Gibson said, look, again, it evokes two reactions. On one hand, I'm impressed with Zack Gibson for, you know, again, having the B word, the balls, to stand up to a legend like that, because he feels that the British scene has been somewhat disrespected. But in fairness of the promotion, here's an opportunity for the Brits to show how good they really are. And now he does have to put his money where his mouth is. And also, I want to say thanks to those fire dancers there who did a very nice and professional job.
They absolutely did. This is five-star wrestling. This is the big time. It's Liverpool Echo Arena. It's Zack Gibson's home city. Very much a mixed reaction, though, to the motor-mouthed Scouser, the man with a cause. And you know, to me, though, Joe, you know, he's basically biting the hand that feeds him by saying that. I mean, five-star wrestling promoters have given him this platform. They've given him this massive match.
Well, I know, I'll happily take his spot on the poster. I'll happily take that. But here's the thing. I mean, Rey Mysterio is an unbelievable athlete. We saw he had a phenomenal performance at the Royal Rumble. But look at the size and the power and the technique of Zack Gibson. When it comes to British wrestling, hold-for-hold British wrestling, Zack Gibson is one of the best in the world. But Rey Mysterio has proven why he's been on top of the game for all these years. He can go with anybody of any size, and we're seeing that. Look at the condition that Rey Mysterio's in.
Well, the shape he's in is absolutely incredible, particularly after the number of problems he's had with his knees over the years. We saw last year when he came to five-star wrestling in Dundee, he got all the way to the tournament, finally faced the champion John Morrison, but he had knee problems in that match. I think ultimately that cost him a chance to become the champion, but he has got himself in amazing shape. He has sorted out the injuries. They have healed up because of a reduced schedule that he wrestles these days, and he is looking as razor sharp, as precise as ever before.
But not as sharp as those elbows that are going to the head of Zack Gibson. You know, you don't often see Rey Mysterio have an emotional reaction to his opponents, but right there, he was obviously upset with what Zack Gibson said, delivering those elbows to the head.
Oh, what a huge kick to the knee, and it's Zack Gibson who's going to have knee problems right now. This grizzled young veteran, as he calls himself, from McGraw. Oh, how about that for a hammerlock DDT?
And here's the thing, I know, you know, you can get upset about the things that you said, but you cannot deny the technique and the power of Zack Gibson. He really is one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Liverpool has a great tradition of wrestling over the years. The St George's Hall is a fantastic venue for wrestling here in this city. Greats from Merseyside, like Robbie Brookside, who was previously known as Liverpool's #1. But he never gave himself that name like Zack Gibson did, Joe. That other people called him that.
Well, I think that's in line with the way that things are. Zack Gibson feels that he hasn't been given the respect he deserves, so he's going to have to take it. You know, sometimes you need to go out there and you just need to say what you are. You say something enough times and it can become true. And how can you argue? Maybe this young man will go on to be the #1 here in five-star wrestling. With maneuvers like that, who's going to argue, Greg? Are you going to argue? No, you're not.
A big Liverpool Football Club fan, and Zack Gibson clearly walking alone here tonight, because the crowd have gone from being a little bit behind him when he had the microphone to booing him because they're beating up the beloved, the man from San Diego, from the 619 area code.
Why are you mentioning what football team he supports? That's like me going, oh,
it's a football city. This is Liverpool,
he's got
Joe.
Desperate Housewives on DVD. Oh,
Joe,
liked Beavis and Butthead.
Joe, this is the football city. This is Reds versus Blues.
I don't follow football. He completed his Pokédex.
Anyway, we digress. Zack Gibson has got Rey Mysterio outside the ring and using every single inch of his height advantage to dominate, and basically he's trying to back up those big controversial words that we saw on the way to the ring here tonight. Oh, and he's going after the arm now of Rey Mysterio. And, you know, some people might think, well, if Rey Mysterio's got a history of bad knees, why is Zack Gibson not going after the legs? It's very simple. Zack Gibson's finishing move is the Shankly Gates armbar, named after the late, great Liverpool football manager, Bill Shankly.
And just to put that into context, what you're saying, Greg, is that the more damage that he applies to the arm now, the easier it's going to be for him to finish Rey Mysterio with the submission. Can you imagine the statement that would make if he could make Rey Mysterio tap out here on British soil? I'm going to tell you now what I admire about Zack Gibson. You know, despite what he said, calling people dweebs and all that, what I respect about him is he is not fazed by the fact that he's in there with Rey Mysterio. Look how cool, calm and collected and methodical he is right now. It doesn't matter who he's wrestling. It could be the biggest name in the world, and Rey Mysterio is one of them. It will not affect his elite performance. And you know, that kind of brings me to my next point, is the overall standard of wrestling. The standard of competitor that we're seeing here in five-star wrestling on TV once again live. Greg, you know, we get caught up in the action, but every so often we have to take a step back and realize the significance of what is going on right now. We have got one of the best British wrestlers on the scene right now.
So I had to cut you off there, Joe. I hope you don't mind on this occasion, because we nearly scored a pinfall there, Zack Gibson. And once again, he's got Rey Mysterio backed in the corner. Yeah, you can absolutely. Zack Gibson has got all the talent in the world, but he's 27 years old and he's already bitter, you know. And to me, he's just seething at the attention that Rey Mysterio is getting. And let me tell you something. Let me make this absolutely clear, okay? Yeah, all right. 6.1 million people watched the clip of Rey Mysterio at the weekend in the Rumble. But on that same day, Zack Gibson is in the Liverpool Echo. It's got a massive article in the Liverpool Echo, and they were talking about him. Return of the Zack. That was the headline. He didn't mention Rey Mysterio. He conveniently doesn't mention that. Again, it's selective, the stuff that Zack Gibson talks about. This is the point I'm making.
I think in the wrestling business, there's a history of it. You think about the top competitors in professional wrestling. At one time or another, they've all had to stand up and they've needed to take the bull by the horns. So, okay, maybe some of his comments were over the top, but you can't fault Zack Gibson for, you know, taking a stand.
We've got youngsters wearing a replica Rey Mysterio mask, jumping up and down, excited in the anticipation of the 619, cut off by a boot from the trouble-causing Scouser.
Rey Mysterio was seen clutching his wrist there. I think the damage might be starting to mount up.
Gibson keeping the high flyer grounded. Well-placed forearm into the shoulder blades, and there we go. We see the kind of technical British wrestling that we used to see back in the day when British wrestling was on television. They used to say everything stops at 4 o'clock. From now on Thursday nights, people, everything's going to stop at 7 p.m.
Well, surely it'll start at 7 p.m.
Well, the whole of the country will stop and they'll settle down in front of the television and they'll watch five-star wrestling on Free Sports.
Don't worry, people, I'll keep you right.
With action like this is the place to be. Zack Gibson should realise this is the place to be. Instead, biting the hand that feeds him. And he might not be biting at all if Rey Mysterio can make a comeback here, but no. Lawn darts the luchador face first into the top turnbuckle, misses the dive into the corner, and he cracked his shoulder. He cracked that.
He what? Sorry, I'll take over from here, Greg. I'll take over from you. You just chill out for a second. You just chill out for a second. What I will say is, did you see the speed of Rey Mysterio? That's one thing that I've noticed, is that he actually, to me, looks faster than the last time that we saw him. His condition has improved. The way he just got out there with his cat-like reflexes, now he's on the top rope.
Seated senton off the top from Mysterio. This is the trademark attacking series of moves.
And he hits the Bulldog.
Indeed, wheelbarrow Bulldog. Zack Gibson now is very much on the run in his home city, in the venue, in front of his family, in front of his friends, and there's not that many of them here because they're very much in the minority to the Mysterio fans. Hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3, no!
Liverpool fans are just in awe here at what they are seeing. It's a clash of styles, but it is working. This is great TV, Greg. I mean, what I will say is, you notice Rey Mysterio is delivering those kicks to the leg, and those are mounting as well. Perhaps he can use that to maneuver the legs and get him down in the position he needs to for that patented 619. Oh, probably takes a facebuster like that.
He just pancaked Rey Mysterio right there, and he's trying to set that Shankly Gates up. And they're slammed shots by Rey Mysterio. Code breaker. Chance for Gibson. This is his moment.
Could this be it?
Oh, it's not his moment. It's not, because Rey Mysterio stays alive.
And now you can see the frustration build up on the face of Zack Gibson. He is pleading with the referee. He is wondering, what does he have to do to really take him to the next level? Because can you really say that Zack Gibson isn't in that top echelon of talent if he can put away Rey Mysterio? If he can put away Rey Mysterio, Zack Gibson is right up there with anybody in the world. We know he's got the skills, we know he's got the talent, but can he get it done tonight?
I would say he's right up there in the upper echelon right now, but the issue is, he says he's soon to be recognised as five-star wrestling's #1, as the world's #1. He's got to beat Rey Mysterio to prove that boast correct. Wait just a second. Setting him up for some kind of modified suplex. Mysterio once again. That elusiveness. Gibson head first with the DDT.
That's got to be it.
Chris Roberts
2
makes the count, and Gibson. Gotta give him credit.
Absolutely. Now, you got to think Zack Gibson's going to be in rough shape after that one. That was a spiked DDT straight on his head.
Well, there's been no preferential treatment for anyone in this match, Joe, despite what Zack Gibson reckons. This has been a great, straight-down-the-line wrestling match.
And here we go. Could we see the 619 delivered by Rey Mysterio? Here we go.
He's setting up for it.
Zack Gibson catches the legs. What is he going to do with it?
Once again, drops Mysterio face first.
He's going for the Shankly Gates there. 2 kicks to the head.
Mysterio once again, that innovative attacking maneuver as he sets Zack Gibson up. Here comes his trademark, dialing up Liverpool!
He hits it. It's the 619, the Liverpool Echo Arena.
619 in the 0151. On the banks of the Mersey. Rey Mysterio jumping off the top rope, but Gibson booted him in the...
Oh my... Is that...
That's an automatic disqualification for an extremely low kick.
Well, there we go.
Gibson, therefore your winner, Rey Mysterio!
I'm so disappointed. What a match. That was straight down the middle. A fantastic contest. Gibson was hanging with Rey Mysterio, but he was on the verge, for me, of losing, and he's taken the cheap way out, and I can't believe he would do that.
I don't know why Zack Gibson felt he needed to do that, but here's the thing. He may have failed in winning the match, but he succeeded in making a statement. For him, it wasn't about W's and L's in the column. It was about taking out a legend. And Zack Gibson wants to be sure that he is left standing.
Well, he made some very controversial comments, and for me, he didn't back them up. And I can't believe, in front of his family, in front of his friends, in front of the school pals from McGull who've come to see him, that Zack Gibson would end the match in that way. For what?
I mean, he claims that he's soon to be #1, but what will five-star wrestling management do in retaliation? Because we just can't have this, Greg.
Well, we'll be back with five-star wrestling very soon.
Live and let